Hello and welcome to Coffee Milk Podcast. I'm Mitch DiPaolo.
I'm Mark Laporte.
How's it going?
It's going to be 82 degrees. I got a sinus infection. It's killing me, these freaking allergies. And I even had some local honey too, but that's not really helping much.
Oh, you had the honey already too and it didn't do anything?
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it was from a couple of years ago, so I don't know if that has the effect or if you're supposed to get like new honey with different pollen and everything.
Yeah, because the pollen in the bees, and then you put, with the pollen being in the honey and you eating it, you like build immune system to the pollen in the area specifically. Yeah. Maybe you have to get a new one because I think it does change every year, or it's different every year.
Now I got to find out who does honey, because a lot of the people that did honey don't do honey now, or their hives died. It's just annoying. So I'm dealing with that.
That stinks.
And then I've been doing some Bondo on some of our English wheels at the shop, and the worst thing about Bondo is a Bondo splinter. You can't get it. It's like I've been working at this thing for about 5 days now. It's just pissing me off.
What is it, stuck in your hand?
Yeah, my finger.
Oh, man. What is it like? Is Bondo's like that kind of powdery stuff that you wet and then put on the car to raise up a certain spot so when you paint over it, it's level?
Yeah, but it's not powdery. It's a liquid.
Oh, so
when you sand it, it's very powdery.
yeah. When you sand it, it gets everywhere. It's that yellow stuff, right?
Yeah, orange. I think I have blue stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a white cream, and then you add a hardener, and the hardener's like blue or red or something. But the problem with that is now it's about 75 degrees, and it doesn't take that long to really harden. In the winter, it was nice because I at least had 10 minutes at most. But now I have a minute to get it all on there, and and then I get it all over my hands, and then I peel my hands, and I get Bondo splinters from sanding. I don't know. I'm a wreck today. I don't even know what's going on or what day it is.
Did you hear about the piles? I was just kind of like looking through my phone the other day for interesting stuff to talk about today. And I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but did you hear about in New Jersey, there were these mysterious piles of pasta just appearing? Okay, I can't believe you heard about this. Yeah, so there's this article that was posted, and there's these pictures of just huge piles of uncooked pasta just thrown in the woods, and there's like multiple of them. This guy, he just found them walking through the woods, and then he took a picture of it on his phone, and it went viral, I guess. And I just recently, I think it was I don't know, the beginning of the week, the news station went down there and they were asking the neighbors of like the area where the pasta piles were, and they found out that it was this really old guy who had been, I think he's living alone, and he's been alone for a while. And kind of because, you know how back in the day that like your grandparents, they always kept that cupboard full of pasta.
Oh, absolutely.
And tomato sauce and everything. They're saying that some guy just must have dumped it out in the woods, and he must have just not been thinking straight.
But it's not like it was a box of pasta. This was like 500
This was
pounds.
found like probably like the size of a giant bean bag's worth of pasta.
I just...
There you go.
It was obviously a slow news day where in the woods you find a heaping mound of pasta and it becomes newsworthy, but it's just one of those things that makes you go, and that's something you'd think you would find in Florida. I guess pasta in New Jersey, I mean, they're kind of synonymous, but that's not Florida.
You should be finding that on, what was it? They had the pasta riots on in Federal Hill, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like a long time ago.
A long time ago. That was when Federal Hill was run by the mob.
You'd expect piles of pasta to be over there, but no, in the woods in New Jersey. And that's pretty interesting.
It's just, I don't know. I heard some quick story about a man in Florida man, and I think we should have this segment every episode. You just get a Florida man story. If you ever, you know what that is? Like, anytime you hear of a crazy story, you can nearly guarantee it's from Florida.
Okay.
And the article always starts with Florida man.
Florida.
So this one was Florida man attempts to rob Wendy's with an alligator. And it was, he did it through a drive-through.
Wow.
And he told the woman at the window to give him all the money or was going to throw the alligator at her. And she just kind of like, I guess, shut the window and walked away. So he opens the window and throws the alligator at her. It's like, buddy, you missed a whole bunch of steps. Like, you don't throw away your weapon before you get the money. And how do you expect to rob a Wendy's through the drive-thru with an alligator? And then where did you get the alligator?
So they had the alligator in the car?
Yeah, it's Florida.
And they were threatening the workers with the alligator.
Yeah. I don't know how big the alligator was. I didn't get, I just...
Man,
I overheard it or read a quick article.
Wow, that is mind-blowing. I think that tops the pasta story.
I don't know. I think that's the same level because you just Google Florida man today, you're going to read 10 times crazier stories. That's why there was this awesome news aggregator site called, I think it was Fark, and they had all these different tags for all the news stories like stupid or funny or whatnot, but they had their own separate tag for Florida. And you knew anytime you saw that Florida tag, that news story was going to be gold.
That is so funny.
I think I want to actually, I want to do that. Just build a Florida Man website. Just have all the daily crazy news articles of Florida Man.
Yeah, I had this really cool tool that I wanted to try out this week. I'm sorry.
Forgot the name.
I don't have the name. I'm looking for it right now in my email, but I just can't find it. It's this tool where it's made for podcasters, and it wouldn't really work great for us because we don't have the video yet, but it makes short videos out of your podcast literally just by you uploading the video. It does the captions and everything.
Yeah.
Apparently. And I tried that, but I wasn't able to get a short. Did you find it?
Oh, man. No, because I actually know exactly what you're... Shit. No, there was Reel, which was one.
Yeah, I signed up, but...
You sure it's not video? Video.ai, but it's spelt weird. VIDYO.
Okay.
Because there was one I actually used. I haven't signed up. Video AI.
No, that's not it, but it's similar. You kind of just upload your thing. And then
yeah, it made like 10 different shorts from the because I actually did it with Ray's, one of our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And it made 10 shorts. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool. So I guess they use AI to just go through the video, and then they pick out the interesting moments and then just compile a short. I mean, it seems pretty simple. If the podcast is already edited, then you're basically just cutting out that one point where there was like high energy or an interesting topic.
Yeah, my thing is, how does it know it's an interesting? Because it did it so
I think
well.
it knows it's an interesting topic because of AI, like how to do our transcriptions. I would go to ChatGPT and I would take our whole transcript and feed it in like 3 pages by 3 pages, and it would pick out those most interesting topics. It wouldn't pick out the boring stuff. And sometimes I would even ask it to say a certain thing and be like, hey, like, oh, you missed this topic. And then it won't even bring it up because it thinks it's boring.
No way.
Yeah,
that's.
I think that the AI is a lot more advanced than we think it is. And just recently, when I was using AI a couple days ago, I noticed that in the web browser version, when you go and search, usually it'll click on the link and you'll watch it search. It'll say reading content, reading content, reading content. And now, when you give it a link to go and research, it'll say reading content, thinking. Reading content, thinking. So like it's never had a label where it says that it's thinking. So like I don't know, that's kind of scary. Like it's thinking now? What? I posted about it on Twitter, but no one really noticed it. My account has no reach, but
keep going. You just
I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
I kind of like Twitter. I've been messing around on Reddit a little bit too.
Oh, no kidding.
For my Substack newsletter.
I think that's a good place to just. And there's a whole bunch of stuff you can pull from Reddit, and it's a great way to talk to people. And
yeah.
And then you get the karma. I think I have like 1,500 karma.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I got like 30 karma in like the first day. Made my account, called it Throne Education, and I go to all... This is really disgusting, but it works. I go to all the Reddits that have to do with poop. You have no clue how many Reddits are out there that have to do with poop. There is a poop knife Reddit, there's a poop Reddit, there is a toilet Reddit, and I'm telling you, these people literally take pictures of their poop and post it in this Reddit, and it is the most disgusting thing that I have to see. But And now I get emails with it too, because if you go to a community, Reddit will send you posts from that community to your email. And now I have pictures of poop in my email, and it's so disgusting. But I am getting like 600 views on my Reddit post, and I got myself up to like 550 views on my Substack.
Oh, damn.
So I was actually getting views and people onto the Substack, and they were clicking on it because they must have thought it was funny or interesting. So something is working there, but I did only get so far. I could try and keep posting, but then I might get flagged for spam or whatnot. But I did follow the rules. I tried not to make it too spammy. I tried to make it funny, like, hey, got poop reads, and then absolutely, someone will click on it. But
no, I say keep going. Definitely don't do it too spammy. If you're post your link maybe once every 3 days or
yeah, that's what I'm going for. I think I'm gonna do it today when I go home.
Just kind of talk more about the person's topic and just reply to them without putting the link in, and then later on, do it. I think it's great. 550, good for you, man. That's huge.
Yeah, that's just the view count though. Like that's like the 30-day view count. I only have like 26 subscribers right now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's funny because it's so unique. The weekly dump is that's just a weird one.
Yeah.
But with advertisers, I mean, you could just legit go all poop centric. I mean, you go to Kohler, the toilet bowl maker.
Exactly.
Those ads.
Exactly. I was thinking that this week because I was on Twitter and I was kind of stuck because I was just posting, and I have the weekly dump profile, but I don't know what to post on it. And all my feed is just money Twitter and like how to start a business, how to use ChatGPT right, how to take a cold shower every morning. It's like, I don't want to read that on my weekly dump. I need like funny content that I can relate to and post about. So I was like looking on Twitter, I searched poop, and I was just looking at all these posts that had the word poop in them and just commenting on them. And I came across this one, there's this company and they call themselves the Poop Stick. You know how you got a squatty potty? So when you're on the toilet, you put your feet up and it kind of makes it easier to go. So they invented this thing called the Poop Stick, and it's like it's this black stick, and it has two plates: a plate at the bottom for it to stand up straight, and then a plate that goes up and down the rod that stands up, and you can put your feet on the second plate that moves up and down.
No kidding.
Yeah. So like it's like an adjustable squatty potty.
That's wild.
So like someone like that, I could get in the newsletter if I got up to like 2,000 readers or something like that. They would probably pay for a guest post, or even if I didn't have a guest post, like that'd be a good person to put.
Yeah, you could have a banner. There's a lot of things you can do with ads.
Yeah.
Yes, you could put in the title or right underneath, like this whole newsletter is sponsored by so and so. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing with the weekly dump, and
good for you.
Some interesting things I found.
I actually think that newsletter is gonna do really well.
I really hope that it's gonna do really well, because it's something that like I just kind of started. Like I didn't think. I just went downstairs. I was like, Dad, I want to start a newsletter, and I don't know what to call it. And he's like, call it the Weekly Poop. And I'm like, all right, sold. So yeah, I'm hoping that I just keep working at that, and it's gonna be something that.
Is it the Weekly Poop or
the Weekly Dump?
Okay,
but I think the Weekly Poop is funnier.
But I like the Weekly Dump. I
do like the Weekly Dump too.
Poop is just
it's icky.
Weird.
It's icky and weird.
And the dump, you can just turn it into everything.
But I feel like the people who don't think it's icky and weird like it even more.
Yeah, that's definitely your audience.
Yeah,
People who find poop humor.
Yeah. But I'm just hoping that the people who like poop humor also like business, technology, and finance, and whatever else I find interesting.
Well, yeah, because it's Is your phone?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I felt the vibration. I'm like, where's my phone?
Yeah. Another cool tool I checked out this week while we're kind of on this topic. Microsoft Designer. Have you checked them out at all?
No.
Yeah, it's just another one of those AI kind of design image tools. You can make like the front screen or the end screen for your short video, or you can just make a post on Instagram. You can generate a nice background, have a nice font and nice text. And it kind of like, even if you just make your own in that designer platform, it will make AI generated similar ones for you. So So yeah, you can kind of make like a home screen or something with that. It's pretty cool.
And it kind of looks like, well, what I'm seeing on just the homepage, it almost looks like Canva.
Exactly. It's kind of like a AI-powered Canva.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm actually on Instagram this week. I've been going nuts and seeing this one podcast. I don't know what they're called, but they were talking about all the Adobe Premiere tools like Premiere and Photoshop and stuff, and how they have AI integrations. And I knew about them, but I thought it might have been something else I had to subscribe for. But no, it just seems like all I had to do is just update the software.
Yeah.
And all the AI tools are there.
Yeah.
I have not tried them out yet because I really want to use them in Premiere.
And I've been thinking about that. When I first just mentioned Designer, I was kind of thinking in my head, like, so yeah, AI is the big hot thing right now, but all of these other little tools like Microsoft Designer, Midjourney, ChatGPT, like maybe ChatGPT will become something bigger, but all the other little tools that we find and use kind of like already exist on these larger platforms like Adobe Premiere and all the Adobe content editing applications. But I feel like eventually all these little tools are probably going to get ran over by the big guys.
Or they're
It's
just
probably going to consolidate.
Yeah, they're either going to buy them out or they're just going to have their engineering team pick it apart and build it in 30 days.
Yeah.
That's the problem with dealing with the big guys.
Yeah.
But see, sometimes I feel like the big guys just take something that was beautiful and they ruin it by putting...
Yeah.
Like, they're not focused on the one thing that tool did.
Yeah.
They're incorporating it into their multitude of tools.
Yeah, they're just focused on getting that extra volume of customers and revenue from the tool rather than what it does for the people.
Yep.
Which is a reason why they also couldn't get run over by larger companies, because when you're smaller, you can move faster. But when you're big,
you
like a snail.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
I gotta blow my nose for a second. Sorry, I gotta constantly pause this thing so I can blow my nose because this damn sinus headache is killing me. But yeah, with the AI tools, I was reading yesterday or the day before that Google's Bard just, I guess, had a supercharge done to it, and it's really kind of competing with ChatGPT. It's in 180 either languages or countries.
Oh, wow.
And it's free to use. It has the access to the internet, so you know how I'm on that damn wait list for the ChatGPT, and I still haven't gotten an email about that, which is driving me insane.
Yeah, and guess what? I got the code interpreter added to my thing, and I didn't even sign up for it.
I think they have that too.
I signed up for the plugins, and I still haven't gotten that on ChatGPT, but I don't know.
Wait, so you signed up for the plugins, haven't got that, but you got the access to the internet thing?
No, I signed up to the internet thing first.
Oh,
and got that real quick. But I signed up for the plugins next. Didn't get that. Got the code interpreter instead. But maybe it's telling me something.
What the shit?
Maybe I need to use that for a project.
Yeah, it sucked because I was very excited for everything competing against Google. It just made me feel good because Google's just the Goliath, and I want every small David to just take them down a peg or two. But Google Bard, it seems like something I'm definitely going to use today after this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I got to play around with it, and that's all I'm seeing now is threads on Twitter about how to use Google Bard or what it can do that ChatGPT can't. Yeah. It's like, holy hell.
Honestly, after trying to, like, work in that Twitter ecosystem, try and, like, work my way into it, I do not want to be in that because it is all fake. It's all just people, like, yes, the information is useful.
Right.
But, like, I don't know. I feel like it's just overblown.
Yeah, it's
so overblown. Like, yes, there's value there, but
there's no genuine connection, or
exactly.
It's hard.
And when you do try and make a genuine connection, you don't get anything.
Exactly.
But yeah, I do want to try out Bard. I got accepted to the Google Labs workspace with AI.
Awesome.
And I think that's their whole workspace thing, kind of how Microsoft does.
Right.
You kind of pay a monthly subscription, and then you have access to Docs, Gmail, Sheets, all that. And I think the difference is they added in the AI on top of it now. And I got to check that out, because if I can have a all-in-one space to do everything and then have it all interconnected with AI, so I don't have to copy and paste anything over, and AI already knows what I want to do, man, once that comes out, that's going to be insane. It's going to be like logging onto your computer and it's going to be like, hey, are you here to work on this? Because I already have this set up for you. Like, I just, if this goes the way it's going, it's going to be insane.
Problem is, I just can't keep up.
No, we can't.
I'm trying to use Midjourney, and some of the stuff I'm using actually Midjourney 4 for, because Midjourney 5, it's too realistic. And what I want, I don't want the realistic. I want clip art.
I think you have to use Niji Journey.
What the hell?
Niji Journey. It's for, I believe it's for clip art and anime type art. So that must be clip art.
Knee?
Niji? Niji? N-I-J-J-I?
Journey. Oh, yep. N-I-J-I.
N-I-J-I. Okay. Niji. I don't know what that stands for. Probably some Japanese or Chinese comic.
Oh.
What is anime? I don't want to be wrong here.
You know what's funny? Because there's two things. There's anime and there's manga. Now,
okay, I've heard about manga.
Guarantee I'm going to mess these up and they might be reversed. Anime is cartoons.
Yes.
But not cartoons, like, I'm not trying to say anything bad. It's anime. But it's like, I think it's on
it's
TV
a visual
thing.
Yeah.
And then manga is the I don't want to say comic books because everyone yells at me for that. The graphic novels.
Okay.
So I think the novels is manga, the videos is anime.
Yeah. Yeah, my friends are into that. I haven't watched an episode. I know I've like watched one of them with them when they're on like Discord or something, but I just can't get myself to watch that. I heard that it's like a really interesting story, and like they're like the seasons are like they're just ongoing, they're just ever going, 400 episodes long, and it's like a story about life and everything, but it's not for me.
Hey, how are you?
Red car?
Not a clue. Do you do cartoons?
No.
Yeah, I can't. Everybody's telling me to get, like, oh, you didn't watch that cartoon? I'm like, I can't get into cartoons. Like, yeah, but it's not a cartoon. They got like Bob's Burgers or something. Or
I do like Bob's Burgers and stuff like that when it comes on, but I never am like, hey, I'm gonna go watch Bob's Burgers or I'm gonna go watch The Simpsons. But when it's on, I like it. I think it's funny.
I can't. I can't do cartoons anymore, and that's so depressing because, obviously as a kid you always loved your Saturday morning cartoons, but it sucks. I hate being an adult. And you know what else I hate being an adult about? Like, I'll buy a new pair of sneakers, and nobody at work will ask me, how fast can you go in your sneakers? And that's bullshit. What the hell? Like,
when you get a new...
as a kid, a kid would always ask you that. How fast can you run it? I don't know. I haven't tried to.
I was always the kid who was like, "Well, let's see. I'm gonna go right now." I don't know where that went. I completely lost that motivation in
just craziness. But
yeah.
That's
I see what you're saying.
Being an adult really blows.
Yeah, they got light ups and Velcro plus 3 horsepower. Let's go.
My buddy Brian watches anime, and he always tries to get me to watch it, and I always bust his ass because he'll laugh at me about the shows I watch, and I'm like, dude, you're watching cartoons. I don't want to hear it. Like, whatever I watch is superior to anything you're watching. Big constant cartoons. Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from anime people.
Yeah,
that's my stance.
And I did too, because I was like, I would talk to my friends and I would say, dude, what are you watching? Like, you're a clown, man. Like, why are you watching anime? And then they told me about how it's like a really, like, the show is like a massive journey, and it's like all about like the challenges you face in life. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. When they tell me they're on like episode 700, I am like, wait a minute. It doesn't register in my brain. It's like, wait, you actually watched from episode 1
to 700.
Yeah. And I guess there's a big appreciation for the art, because I mean, that is some pretty crazy art, and like making all those must take a long time. Yeah. Anime. Something else I saw this week that was interesting, and I've kind of been seeing like little tidbits of, is that retail stores are closing down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, which is kind of sad.
I mean, it's been happening the last 8 years at least.
Yeah.
COVID definitely really helped that. Well, certain retail stores.
Yeah, I saw that.
Walmart did great.
I saw that Bed Bath & Beyond was closing, and they're kind of having like a big closeout sale, and I guess they're still going to have their online store open, which is it just blows my mind how we are in the time of a fundamental shift in society. It's like we started with technology, and that started changing everything, and now these stores are turning over more profit than just having a brick and mortar location, and even having a brick and mortar location these days can set you back
because you're paying for all this overhead.
Yeah.
No need. If you're online, you don't need to have the products. You don't need to really have anything. I mean, obviously, if you're Bed Bath & Beyond, yeah, you need a warehouse and stuff. But I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic because retail worked because people didn't want to wait for it to be shipped to their house. Yes. But now nobody wants to go out to retail anymore because it's just too much of a hassle. Yeah. And they didn't care if they had to wait 1 or 2 days for Amazon to deliver it.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Like, maybe it was kind of just because I was a kid. Like, when I was younger and I wanted to buy anything, you want it now.
Yep.
So I would always try and find it near me first if I wanted to buy a toy or something. But whenever I wanted to buy it online, that would discourage me from getting it because I knew I had to wait for some reason. But now, I look online first.
It's so much easier.
Yeah.
I'd rather just click a button, wait a day or two.
Yeah, you basically forget the 2 days you're waiting. It comes in and it's like, oh, cool.
I forgot about that.
It's like a present for yourself,
But there's no way in hell I want to go battle through traffic. I don't care what kind of day it is.
I love to battle through traffic.
And you're insane. And then the parking lot, everything's just too much of a hassle.
I drove to Boston to get my computer once. All the way to Boston and back.
I mean, people are going to laugh about that. It's only an hour and a half drive. But if you've ever traveled from Providence to Boston,
I don't get why people hate driving so much. Like, there are times, don't get me wrong, when I am like, oh my gosh, I just want to get home. But I could like just go out for a ride and enjoy it. Like, even I just like to go.
Depends on.
I like to be moving.
It would depend on where you are, because around here, I take drives. But I go up here, I go down Rockland, I take a left on 12, go all the way around the causeway.
Go to Connecticut, get lost.
Just take all back roads and just enjoy yourself. But when I got to get on the damn highway or the 610 connector or 6, it's like, no, just because I try to be a good person. I really do. But you give me one slow person, the police
and then it's gone.
I'm done.
You're cutting people off. You're like, you're swerving through traffic, and you're not even like in a rush, but you are.
And I got Jesus music playing, mind you. I listen to K-Love. I don't change the station. It's either that or podcast.
Dude, that same thing happens to me. I will go onto the highway just completely calm, and then.
Oh yeah, give me one slow person, and I'm just. Oh, you see the inner.
Yup.
Come out.
Yep. Where are those assholes? Cut it. Backyard.
So it really sucks. But when you were a teenager, did you and your friends ever go to the mall and just hang out, like for hours?
No.
That's the crazy part. That's what we did when we were teenagers.
Oh my gosh, man. Wow, we were degenerates. We went to the mall to hit a Juul. Like, we went to the mall with the mission of being able to vape because we were
underage.
And we were like, yeah, man, we're going to go to the mall and vape. Like, I can't believe that was a... Yeah, we went to the mall, like, we would go around and be like, oh, this bathroom's chill, no one's here, we can just sit here and fucking vape. Like,
oh my God.
We were degenerates. Like, I still am, but...
Oh, I'm definitely a degenerate. Even at 40. I'm going to be a degenerate at 80 if I should make it that far. God, I hope not. But, yeah, when we were kids, teenagers, that's what we did. My friend's father would pick us all up, drop us off at the mall, see us in 3-4 hours. We just walk around Emerald Square Mall or Providence. Well, not really Providence. Yeah. We were like 20 when that happened. But, yeah.
I feel like it was more lively back then, too. Like, people were encouraged to talk to each other, and, like, that was the thing to do. And now it's like when you want to go talk to someone, it's like you have to prepare yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I don't like talking to anybody anymore. Just send me a quick text. That's it.
Yeah, that's a skill I'm definitely trying to build because, like, I feel that, and it's just, it sucks. Like, I never thought I would feel like this, like, in my life, like, being nervous to go up and just talk to someone, you know?
It's a product of our society now.
It is, and like I hate to fall victim to it. Like I hate to allow myself to say that like all of the things that I've seen on my phone have affected the way I think and talk. But anyways, depressing topic.
That was good.
Okay.
Before we get into what we're supposed to be talking about, I want to tell you I watched this show on Netflix. It's been in the top 10 for 2 weeks, but I haven't watched it until this past week because I've just been miserable. Called Beef. Holy hell. If you haven't seen, I mean, you don't watch TV anyway, but it's an awesome show. And it just starts out with a road rage incident between two Asian drivers, a male and a female. And then the whole series, or the whole season's just a clusterfuck of epic proportions just from that one incident.
Just of people fighting.
Nope, just these two people. They got a beef because of this road rage incident.
Oh, and they like they start trying to get back at each other. It just keeps going and getting worse and worse each time.
Yes.
Oh, like a bad neighbor that throws poop over the fence, and then you do something to get back, and then next thing you know, you have a lawsuit. Yeah.
But it
must be an interesting show.
The first 7 episodes, first 8 episodes, I was laughing, having a really good time. And then the second to last episode, which I thought should have been the finale, like if you created Beef or directed it, yeah, the season finale should have been episode 9, and then episode 10 should have definitely been second season episode 1. Because holy hell, like the second to last episode, it completely 180, and I was like, what the hell is happening?
What was the worst thing they did to each other?
Oh, I can't because it still messes with
what was one of them?
I can't because I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen.
There's got to be one.
Yeah, but it's the door scene for the panic room, and I can't bring up any more than that, but this door closing, oh my God, I was just, I got all...
A panic room?
Yeah. Like, have you ever heard of a panic room?
Like a padded room.
Yeah, but it's...
So they put one of the people in the padded room, or both of them? Or?
It's not like a padded room because you're going to hurt yourself. It's because, hey, somebody broke into your house and they're about to shoot everybody up. You run down the hole, and you hit this button, and boom, a door shuts. There's no way anybody can get in.
A panic room. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
It's a good thing to get.
Yeah, it's hard to...
If you're a millionaire.
hard to describe.
But yeah, that was the, oh God. So I actually really want you to watch this show.
Yeah, that's a good show. Good. I might check it out. Maybe I'll watch it with my friends if we have some time. I'll put that one on.
Be highly recommended.
Yeah. Okay, so I was looking online trying to find an interesting person, and someone who I came across was Jack Bloomfield. So the way I found this guy, if you go in and you look up, like, you're trying to find like interesting entrepreneurs who like aren't like already a huge celebrity and kind of have taken a different path, it's kind of hard to. So I looked up young entrepreneurs, right? And I found a video from like 3 or 5 years ago. And I was like, oh, this is perfect because if I find someone in here and then I can look at what they're doing today. So I researched this guy. He's a really interesting dude, Jack Bloomfield. So he started out just as like a regular kid, and his dad owned this business. He was the face of the business, and he always saw his dad working, and he realized that whatever his dad did for the business was only as far as it was going to go because he was the face of the business.
How old is this guy?
He's like 20 right now.
Oh my God. So this is him because I Googled Jack Bloomfield, and I'm like, baseball player? No, don't think that's him.
Yeah,
I see this other one. The kid looks like he's 17.
Yeah. Is he 17 or 20 right now?
No, this is an older article, so yeah, it seems he's 20 now.
So his story was really interesting. The first thing I saw was a little like home video. It was so cute of him in his dad's office chair, kind of pretending to be like the CEO of the company, just like his dad. And he had the whole thing planned out. He's like, these are our clients. Here are the products. Like, we're going to do this, this, and that to get to this much revenue. And like, he had the whole, like, he drew out a big, a banner to put on the board behind him. So it looked like a whole, like, a meeting in the video. And it was really funny. So every interview that I watched, he always kind of brought up that story at the beginning about how it started out, and he kind of had that entrepreneurial bug. from a young age, like as a kid. And that really spoke to me. And then kind of he told a story about how his parents told him, if you want a nice car, if you want a nice phone, if you want to be able to go out and do fun things, like, you're going to have to work for yourself, and we're not going to do that for you. So he kind of, he started realizing that if he was going to get a job at McDonald's, at a retail store, maybe at a bigger company after getting out of college, he just saw from a young age that that was not going to get him to the point that he wanted to be. And he knew that he was going to have to find another way to make money. And with that drive to be an entrepreneur, with not even thinking about it, at age 12, he was already thinking about how to optimize problems in people's lives.
Right.
And what blew my mind is I had this idea just a couple days ago, and this kid did it at 12. So what he did was he realized that birthday cards and sending people birthday gifts was not an inconvenience, but kind of something that you can forget about easily, and something that you want to get done quick and get out of the way. So he created an online store to ship birthday cards for people with gift cards inside of them.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And he realized that as a kid, all he would have to do is he went on Wix, like kind of that pre-built website builder, took pictures of the cards, uploaded them to Wix, and he figured out how to get a really simple, already done up payment processing system on the site.
Okay, yep.
And it was really incredible because the way he was describing his story is he just kind of he just did it. He didn't even think about it. He didn't know how to code, so he used the drag and drop code builder to get the website going. And out of nowhere, he was just getting sales.
That's awesome.
And
did he talk about how he promoted it or anything, or he just created the site and?
I think he just created the site, put it up there, and I don't know if he was doing Facebook ads at this point.
Oh, okay.
For the site, but I don't think he was because he was younger at the time. Maybe he was, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the site he was getting like a couple $100, maybe a month or a week, and he saw that. And
at 12,
he just realized that he could do it. And then because he was already interested in all of this stuff, he kind of he was one of those kids who was always on YouTube, not really looking up video games, but looking up how to make a business online or how to do an e-commerce store. And
right. Now watching Minecraft videos.
And what got him was kind of like me, which stinks, but one of those ads that pop up, and it's like one of those guys trying to sell you a get-rich-quick course about how to start a business online or how to sell a course and make it to $1 million in a couple months.
Right.
And he was smart enough to realize that that person wasn't actually trying to help you and was just trying to sell them their dream.
Right.
Just to benefit them, you know, not to actually help you as a kid behind a screen trying to figure out how to make money. And he realized that, there was actually something here and something that could be built out of this. And you could actually build a business online if you got past, the golden egg syndrome of trying to just make $1 million.
That's what's called the golden egg syndrome?
Yeah, that's how he described it.
I like that.
Yeah. So after he did the birthday card thing and he came across that video, he had the knowledge to know that he was able to, basically, he already started an online e-commerce store.
Right.
And he just had to find a different way to do it.
Right.
So he went online and he started selling small products. I think the first thing he started with was a money clip, selling a money clip. So he ran Facebook ads for it, and he put, all of his money into Facebook ads, $600, and made, nothing back.
Gosh.
6 months, absolutely nothing. He would go and mow other people's lawns to make money to put into the business. And this kid was just he didn't give up. And then one day, and the funniest part is he wouldn't even be able to take his phone to bed with him. His parents would leave it in the hall, so he'd wake up every morning and he'd run down the hall and he'd check his phone. And then one day he got a sale, and it just, that was his inspiration, and it just kept going from there. And he eventually at the age of I think it was 17 or 18, when he was out of high school, he started picking up all this traction and media attention. And at 17, he had 42 different products up on 14 different online e-commerce stores, all running Facebook ads, all marketing. Like, this kid is insane, and I'm pretty sure he had a team working for him too. So this kid was a hustler, and it was just a really inspiring story because, like, I don't know, he got past that, like,
he was 12 and he started something,
entrepreneur mindset, and he just pushed through and started something, and it was really inspirational. And I actually saw him on a couple podcasts too, and not like big podcasts, just like regular small podcasts. So maybe we could get him on one day.
I mean,
and he could tell a story here instead of me trying to repeat it.
Yeah, see, that's what sucks, because I find, like, we find these interesting people and we talk about them, but we put 5 minutes of their story out there, and it's just like, you can't even put in the emotion to what they had gone through.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's hard to redo.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I would have to get myself a whole script and write a whole YouTube video on it for it to be good, but I don't really want to do that. I want to hear from the person himself.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and a lot of interesting things. He talks about, like, drop shipping and how, like, the niche is so saturated, but if you look at it from, like, a smaller perspective, you pick a smaller niche and, like, you believe that you're actually going to succeed, like, it's actually going to work. Like,
it's inevitable.
You have to fight through, like
the
all those things and people say, like, oh, drop shipping is so saturated and it's so this and so that, but, like, yeah, it is, but, like, if you can work for 6 months at it and you figure out what works and doesn't work, like, you're going to be successful. So
you could make more on your own in 1 year's time than you can working at a job. That's for sure.
He uses Turbo Ad Finder to find Facebook ads that are already working and selling products.
Yep.
So that's really interesting. I wanted to check out Turbo Ad Finder. And he also talks about how using software and things like that, it can kind of lead you down a bad path of like analysis paralysis, because these tools aren't meant to serve you selling products. They're meant to help you find the selling products. And if you rely too much on the tools, you're going to not be able to, you're going to lose that skill to be able to find a selling product, or never get the skill in the first place.
Right, because I think with that is the tools will provide you what happened in the past. It wouldn't tell you what's going to, like, I don't know. I'm using this tool for Etsy right now. I'm thinking of doing a whole Etsy thing. This tool kind of tells you what products had the most sales over the last 30 days. But it's not going to tell you, like, hey, look out, in June is Father's Day. You should kind of prepare now for that.
Yeah.
It's like, if you just wait for Father's Day or after that, and you're like, oh, wow, Father's Day is really selling, and then you decide to make products around Father's Day, but it had already passed. Well, that tool just did not help you. You got to...
Yeah, well, it helped you for next year, but...
Yeah, but you got to remember that now for next year.
Yeah.
But that is, this kid's a genius.
Yeah, he is really smart. He talks a lot about school and how it's basically useless, which really speaks to me, because I feel the same way. Like, yes, school is going to teach you math. It's going to teach you to have that drive and that determination and get through that essay, read that book, just because you have to, not because you want to. And he talks about how it doesn't really prepare you for the real world like that we live in, you know. It's like, it doesn't prepare you to sit across from someone and have a conversation. It doesn't prepare you to be able to make sales. It doesn't prepare you to know how to do, like, financial accounting or your taxes, or start a business.
Oh, yeah.
Or it doesn't even give you, it takes away
100%.
the drive from being able to start a business.
Oh, because they just want to indoctrinate you on their bullshit.
Yeah, they want you to go through the whole system and start your business after you go through the system, but it's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, you didn't help anybody.
Yeah.
You taught them what a parallelogram was. Well, I'm so great. Parallelogram season's coming up next month, and I'm sure that's really going to help me. I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't tell them how to file taxes. You didn't tell them how to balance a checkbook. You didn't tell them anything of any use. That's why, just quick side note, there was this great video of this kid, and he's like dressed in an astronaut helmet and an astronaut suit, and he's on YouTube. I think he's actually a big streamer. Not sure. But he was bitching about math. He's like, why do they give us such irrational numbers? And they're like, -2 times 0. And he's like, 0's not real and -2's not real. He's like, I don't need to know any of this. Tell me how to avoid paying taxes because I'm a streamer, or tell me this. And I was like, man, this kid's 12 or 13 years old, and he's already got the right idea. Tell me how to avoid paying taxes.
That is definitely one of the pros of social media and, like, people who go down that path and have that content up on their feed, because they learn faster about how, Like, you know, you have to learn how to pay your taxes. You have to learn how to talk to people, or else you're not going to succeed. And I hope that school changes. Like, it really is easy to sit here and say that it sucks when, and kind of forget that this has been built up over all these years, and like, there has been some good put into it.
Absolutely.
It just could have been done a different way.
It's an antiquated
And it's not like anyone's going to know exactly how it works.
It's
building it.
It's a whole different ballgame. Right now, you got the Japanese. They're letting their students use all the AI tools in school. In fact,
man,
they're allowing,
really?
they're promoting it.
That's really interesting.
And that's a huge difference. That's why Japan's always going to be ahead of us.
Yeah.
So is China, because we're not adapting. We're like, no, you're feeling. Oh my God.
I don't get how people, like, I really understand that whole argument about how AI tools can be super bad for your health, because say you're using this for 3 years, right? And then it just disappears.
Never going to happen. But sure, we'll play that game.
I know, but what if it did? Like, that would be terrible for your mental health. Like, you would not be as productive as you were.
I would think, okay, so if AI goes down, you can rest assured that everything else is going down. There's no electricity, there's no internet, there's no TV.
That is true.
So everybody's going to be
something to worry about. Yeah, so there is an argument for this will be used in the future, and it's not going away.
No.
And that's why I'm so adamant about it, because it's like...
And if schools would allow you to
use it. This is incredible.
Yep.
I'm so glad I'm actually living through this too, because like it is truly like I grew up and I watched all those videos about how the internet came out and it changed everything, and like I wanted that, and like now I'm getting it, and it's like it's crazy just to be able to watch it.
And it's not even the same. Warren Buffett compared AI to figuring out the atom bomb. And I actually fully agree with him, because that was a war ender, and it was also like the guy who created, I forgot his name, but he said, you know, I've become the destroyer of worlds, because that's such a...
In every day, it's like there's like a new way of thinking about it that like I didn't think about before. It's like I always think about, it's going to make writing so much easier, and like everyone's going to be way more productive. But think about all the issues we haven't solved just because we haven't been able to read the paper on it. Like, this tool can analyze documents in the snap of a finger, or analyze thousands at once in the snap of a finger. So this is going to solve so many things. And I was just thinking about it earlier too, been wanting to bring this up. Like, what is this going to look like when this AI program runs on our smartphones? Like, just the other day, I saw someone on Twitter who got the Llama AI made by Facebook to run on a Google Pixel. That is insane.
I don't know what any of that meant. I'm so sorry. Okay, Google Pixel's a phone. Got it.
Facebook has an AI model called Llama, just like ChatGPT.
Didn't know that.
Someone reduced the code or whatever to be able to get it to run on the power of a smartphone.
That's wild.
So, like, that's happening now just by, like, those really smart people who already understand this stuff and saw it coming and was like, hey, you can change this line of code and get it to run on a phone, no problem. It's like, now that we have those people coupled with this, like, insane technology, innovation is going to be insane. And it just blows my mind.
It makes me more excited for medical breakthroughs.
That too. Just like like I said, like finding documents and being able to read them. It's going to solve so many things and just streamline and make everything so much more efficient.
I'm curious to know if they'd like somehow block the cure for cancer, because I can guarantee you put AI on it for 30 days and figure out everything. I'd be like, oh yeah, you have to go to this gene or you have to do that. So that's what... But I just can't wait till it realizes, oh wait, we could solve all our problems by just eliminating the humans.
Like, I cannot stress this enough how much it's just making my brain ping right now, because humans just, like, we walk this earth, we are the primary thing on this earth, believe it or not. And like, there has not been anything that is better than us. Yes, we've had Einstein, we've had these really great thinkers, but like, there has not been something that can literally do more. So it's just going to be insane.
Okay, I'm gonna go back on that one, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I still think the ancient people were way more advanced than us. Like, people like got wiped out in the flood, or
but
there's just so much shit going on.
Those people only had 2 hands and 1 brain, and like, it's not like that brain could focus on 5 things at once. Maybe 2, but like,
But think about the king's chamber in the pyramid, and just his tomb alone, or that sarcophagus, not the big black tomb-looking thing.
Yeah.
And it's just perfectly 90 degrees and everything. It's from one slab of stones.
Yeah.
We call up people today. We have all these big machines, and we're like, we can't do it. They're like, no, we got to make special tools and everything. And these people, they had to have used iron, and I don't even know it. It's beautiful. So, yeah, I think those people were smarter, and we lost.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be one of my life's questions. How did the pyramids get built? Like, I'm hoping that it's not just one of those things that was simpler than we think it was, but it probably is. I'm looking for some mysterious answer like everyone else is, but man, that is just such an interesting topic.
I'll go off on my little rant about that after the podcast.
You got something more?
I have huge theories on that, and I'm not going ancient alien style. Like I got other theories, but yeah, that's it. Like you said, we could start a conspiracy theory podcast, but it's not good for your mental.
Bad for mental health. Yeah, I'm already trying to like get out of the news and all this Republican and Democrat war stuff and politicizing everything. I'm trying to get out of that mindset because I've been consuming that content, and man, I just see what it does to me, and it's not good.
They're just pitting you one side against the other. It's like, well, why can't the sides realize, look, it's us against them. It's not us against us.
It's us together. Like we need to go. We need to, like, this world has been the same spot for so long.
But the more they keep us fighting, the more crazy shit they can get away with. Exactly. That's what people kind of fail to realize. You know Julius Caesar? Sorry.
Heard of it, but you know me.
Heard of him?
Caesar.
Ruler of like the Roman Empire
back
a long time ago.
Yes. Now it's coming back to me.
Apparently, at the time he was Caesar, there was a huge pirate problem. Now, I have no idea how he was captured, but pirates captured Julius Caesar, not knowing he was Caesar, the ruler. Like, which is freaking wild to me, but maybe they just had busts of him. Like, it's not like you had photos in Time magazine, so you really wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But I guess the pirates held him captive, and they set a ransom of him of 20 talents. I don't know if a talent is a coin or if it's just a chest of coins, but that's neither here nor there. So when they told Caesar that, yeah, your ransom's going to be 20 talents, he laughed at him. He was like, no, make it 50. You don't know who I am. And he's like, they'll pay. And the pirates were laughing because it's not very often that somebody says no, ask more for the ransom. But Caesar was such a badass that while he was captive, he refused to act like a captive or like a victim. So he just hung out with the pirates, and he played drinking games with them, and, he wrote poetry, and he read the poetry to them and just kind of hung out with them and had a good time. But he also promised that when that ransom was paid and when he was released, he was going to come back and kill them all. This guy is so badass that after 36 days, yes,
that is alpha.
He got a ransom of the 50 talents. He was released. He got entire warship fleet of naval ships and everything. Goes after the pirates, and he executed every one of them. Like, he hangs out with them for a long time, and he's still mad. He just kills them all.
Wow.
He's a man of his word, and
that is insane.
Yeah, I got to find more about that.
That is an incredible story.
Like, I just love reading people back in the day being so badass.
Yeah.
That
he didn't give a rip.
No.
He's like, oh, well, I'm here now. Might as well have a good time before I kill you all.
Yes, exactly. I hope you guys all enjoy my company because you're all dead.
Wow.
38 days. Caesar went to prison where they were being held and had them all, he had them all crucified.
Oh, that's terrible. That's horrible.
Hey, that's what you get for kidnapping somebody.
Man, that's an interesting story.
And then my last, this is kind of like entrepreneur of the year. And I also think it's a little messed up, but there's this, apparently you can be an influencer on Snapchat. Now, I know you kept telling me about Snapchat and it's got all these features, but I just know it from the time we went to Mission Trip and we just had a little chat.
Yeah.
So there's a girl who I think had her team. She's an influencer, so I don't know really what that means or what you actually make.
I believe that just means you have an audience, and the audience just likes you and what you do.
Oh, okay.
Post.
I meant with influencer, what's an influencer? Is it 10,000 people, 100,000 people?
Yeah, you just have it.
Apparently, she had 1.85 million followers on Snapchat, and she actually took about 2,000 hours of her content on YouTube and created a clone of her through AI. And she created herself, she created an AI girlfriend for other people that she charges $1 a minute for.
Wow.
$1 a minute. Apparently, it's still in beta, and she said she can easily make up to about $5 million a month just talking to people online, which is absolutely wild. And that's got to say something about the loneliness problem or something. So, I mean, maybe people should kind of look into that for side hustles, because we talked about it episodes ago that on Fiverr there was a gig for just listening, and these people were charging $40, $50 an hour. Somebody would call them up and they would just listen for an hour. Whatever your problems were, they just listen. So now I actually want to call one of those people, because I want to ask them, what do you do? Do you just listen? Do you talk? Like, what do you do? Because that's just mind-blowing to me. But this girl, for $1 a minute, her clone AI can be your girlfriend, which is...
Wow.
She's already generated $71,600 from partners.
Oh my gosh.
99% male. So there's 1% female that are using her. That's insane.
That is mind-blowing, man.
She spoke to Fortune magazine and said that what's that?
No, sorry.
Oh, no, she already has over 1,000 virtual boyfriends who she interacts with in a period spanning anywhere between 10 minutes and an hour. She charges $1 per minute and already generated $71,600. Son of a gun. Wow.
That makes me feel like an idiot. Holy crap.
Wait. She posts 250 pieces of content on her Snapchat every day. Now, does that mean she types stuff, or does that mean like actual video content?
It must be video and typing.
250 pieces of content. How? I can barely do a vid.
She must record everything she does.
She must have a team of 20.
That's insane.
Whether you need somebody to be comforting or loving, or you just want to rant about something that happened at school or work, Karen AI will always be there for you. Holy shit.
That is mind-blowing.
There's something huge here.
It's like therapy, but...
Yeah, without being licensed or anything.
Without having to talk to a person, too.
That's awesome.
And this is going to be insane for data collection.
Oh, God, yeah. It's going to be insane for everything. Wow, a virtual girlfriend. $1 a minute. Shit. I think if you got a real girlfriend, it would be a lot cheaper. But you never know.
Yeah, you'll have to pay for the coffees and the food.
Choice is yours. And that's it for this week's episode of Coffee Milk. I'm Mark Laporte.
And I'm Mitch DiPaolo.
See you next week.
Thank you for listening. Leave a comment and subscribe if you liked it.